Thank y'all for y'all patience.
No problem.
So much. We only 40 minutes late.
No Cap is back.
No Cap Radio. Yo, so the No Cap Radio is a manifestation of an idea that has grown and blossomed into a full-blown show. You know, and here we just want to educate and be educated. We want to inspire and be inspired. So we bring guests from different fields, background, professions, just experts, and we sit them down and we have a discussion and a conversation with them, just to open our minds so that we, if you know better, you do better, you know. So we open our minds and our ears and share that with the audience so that we can take advantage of that by applying it to our personal lives. So that's what we plan to do here, what we intend to do here at No Cap Radio. But you know, after every hiatus, we try to come back bigger and better for our return. I did. This is a gift from No Cap Radio to us, you know, to celebrate our return. And we're gonna get into this, introduce our guests, but we do want to take a toast first. Yeah. My brother Reese about to bless us with that, and this is my gratitude to you, man, for staying down with me while I went through all of my endeavors, you know.
Well, that's the thing, man. We all go through things, you know, and then it creates growth within our, you know, personal life.
Yeah.
Like you said, bro, we got growth within the business as well, man. We got, you know, new hands on the ones and twos out here. Yeah, so we try to step it up for y'all each time, you know, we come back. And then we also want to apologize, man, them loyal fans. Y'all see, you know, we stepped it up, loyal fans. We apologize. But we also want to thank the fans as well. We got to thank the fans, man.
Absolutely.
Because that's the reason we came back. You know what I'm saying? The fans kept asking, when y'all doing? What's going on? So we trying to, you know, come back and bless y'all. And then, speaking of fans, who we got with us today, man?
Yes. So these people right here are a blessing, and I'm very thankful for them because you know, for months now we've been in discussion of having them on the show. They big fans and supporters, constantly on us to come back. So this is Donald and Shannon, two entrepreneurs, business owners. So we want to clap it up for them. We're going to sit here and talk business with them real quick and celebrate them in their business endeavors. So first and foremost, they do have a business consulting service. And this is basically taking companies from A to Z. Zero to hero, the whole nine, from the getting registered, doing all the paperwork and admin, to actually getting up and running, promotion, marketing, social media. So that's what we want to discuss with you all today about your company, Superior Business Consulting. So tell us how did that?
Before we get into
Oh, let's take our toast. Let's make the toast. This is for the
No Cap.
No Cap Radio.
For the fans.
Absolutely. This is for y'all. Hey, that's Clico.
That's good.
Yeah,
We
thank you.
gonna keep going, y'all. So.
That's good.
Yeah, so you all's business. How did this come about? I know y'all are both already business minded, and I think that got a lot to do with how you all connected.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely. So tell us how y'all got started with this.
So big thing for us, we have always been big on having multiple streams of income. Can't be satisfied with just relying on one person to give you that paycheck. You got to be able to go out there and find a way to get it yourself as well.
Absolutely.
My goal is always, I want to be dependent on anybody for income. I want to depend on anybody for retirement. I got to learn how to be able to take care of mine and what's mine, and find multiple ways to get it.
Yeah.
And building generational wealth for our kids.
Right.
We have 3 kids, so we want to set them up for future success. So we actually have a vending machine business for our son. And one of my passion projects is helping other parents learn how to set up vending machine businesses for their kids, so they have something to fall back on or something to go into once they graduate. Because going to college is cool, right? But there's a lot of real life experiences that you can learn before you go to college and have that experience after college that will help you instantly start making money.
Yeah, so you speak about this vending machine business because that's becoming common, and it seems like a great business that's not too expensive to start up. I guess the on the flip side, the location, is that one of those businesses that's predicated on the location of the where you place these vending machines and stuff like that? What can you tell us about making that type of business successful?
Yeah, so that is a lot of research. What any business when you're starting off with, when you first get in, you gotta do research. You gotta know the market.
Yeah.
Knowing what to look for when looking for a vending machine location is big, because the big thing is foot traffic. When you want to know how many people are gonna be in that location at different periods of time, is it a 24-hour location? Is it always open? What are the primary hours in which people are in there?
Is it safe? Is it a safe?
Yeah.
Can
area?
you, will you have to worry about somebody breaking into your vending machine, you know?
Right.
So there's a lot of things. What kind of customer will that vending machine be catering to? Like, who's gonna be there getting the snacks? That'll help you determine what kind of snacks you wanna put in there also. So our 2 locations are in training facilities for student athletes, mostly kids, yes. So with that, we keep prices in mind. We keep some healthy snacks, in one, because that's what the owner asked for. He said, we need some healthy snacks for these young kids to fuel them while they're working out. The other one, we're focusing more towards the parents waiting for their kids getting trained. So we have more of the candies, chips, sodas, and everything. So 2 different types of customers we've tailored our vending machine snacks for. But yeah, we work with them in regards to getting information of how many people they have in there, between athletes, between parents waiting, and this is how we not only know what to get, but how frequently we need to check the machine when it starts getting low on items.
Yeah, I love that, man. So how involved is you have your son in the business?
Well, very involved. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
And that's what's so exciting about it. It was all his idea.
Yes.
This is our going on 12-year-old. It was his idea. He asked us if he could start a vending machine business. We said yes. Immediately, he went to his coach and said, hey, can I put a vending machine in your facility? Now, he asked us, but we hadn't put all the time and research into, researching, actually bringing everything together. So we had to quickly move on it when he said yes.
Yeah, pressure on you.
Yeah, he absolutely put the pressure on us. So our son was the mastermind behind it. He picked a great location, and we have a good partnership with the business owner.
Okay. So the work is on him. He's in charge of getting it.
We drive him to Costco's and wherever we're getting our supplies from. He picks them out. He asks the kids, what kind of snacks do you want in the vending machine? He loads the vending machines. It's on him.
Wow, that's what's up. But I know that's just one of the businesses.
Yes.
We want to talk about the Superior Business Consulting, because I think the audience can gain a lot, a lot of value from this, the services that you all are providing. So can you talk to us a little about the services that Superior Business provides?
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason why we started a business consulting firm in the first place is because from our personal experiences of getting into a business, there's a lot of fear that comes with it. And a lot of times you may be stuck, at point A, thinking, man, I want to start this business, but I don't know where to start, I don't know where to begin, I don't know what to do, I don't know the legal stuff and everything with it. So we're here to help those young, early entrepreneurs take that business to the next level. Get them started with the LLC, get them registered with the EIN, done some Bradstreet, help them start building that business credit. So we are here to help you get over those initial hurdles where you don't know where to go, and help you get that business started.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
I was going to say, over the years, a lot of people have asked us about our businesses, the businesses that we started. And they'll tell us their ideas and they'll ask us questions, but then later on we'll ask, okay, so where are you in your business? Did you start? And they're still in the research phase.
Okay.
So our goal is to help get you past the research phase and get you to actually starting your business.
Okay.
Like, we don't want you to have to wait forever. We are the experts. We have a lot of knowledge about starting businesses, and we want to help the mom and pops start their businesses opposed to waiting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got a lot of people trying to start business. I mean, we got businesses, ourselves. So yeah, we starting from the ground up. I know y'all can't give us all the game, but if somebody says, hey, look, I want to start a business. Like, what's the first 3 things that you would tell them?
Hey, y'all help yourselves.
So business registration, you gotta figure out what type of business entity you want to go into. Are you gonna be a sole proprietor, a LLC, corporation, etc.? So figure that out. Register with your state. Figure out your business name. Is that business name taken? Are there going to be any issues if you start to get like a website or a clothing line and now years later someone has that business name? So early on, you have to purchase that business name, register the business name. And then also you need to get an EIN, apply for your EIN through the IRS, which is free. And then to start building business credit. So you need to go ahead and get a DUNS number.
So this is prior to the research, or the research is what's first? You do this research and then you register and do all the admin after.
Yeah, you definitely want to write out your business plan, your mission, your vision, who your customers are, market trends, your competition, how much is it going to cost? Are you going to need finance, stuff like that?
Yeah.
So you definitely want to create a business plan.
Right. And when it comes to basically getting a business loan or something to credit, what is some of the tips on ways to start a business and be able to get finance through a loan? Is there any tips that you can take for people who?
Absolutely. So with the 3 things we're talking about, we mentioned EIN and get registered with Duns & Bradstreet. So with that EIN, that becomes your identification for your business. So when you go to apply for a loan, a personal loan, they ask you for your social security number. Instead of using the social security number for a business loan, you can use that EIN. So that's why I gotta need that. And then that DUNS number is that's when they start monitoring your credit use as a business. And that's how you start building that business credit. And then there are some products as well, like when you're first starting off, there are companies who will give you a credit card, line of credit. So there's different avenues you can take to get that funding early in the game instead of having to worry about building that credit first before you can take advantage of getting funding.
I know firsthand, man. I'm getting credit card offers all the time. So they're trying to get you in. But so now with the EIN number, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's a business credit itself, right? So that has nothing to do with your personal credit.
Right. So, I mean, depending on how big of a loan that you may want, they may ask you for a personal guarantor, which they're looking at to be you. Yes. So that is why your personal credit does sometimes play a factor into you looking to get a business loan also.
Okay.
Which is why with our consulting, that's one of the services we provide is helping with that personal credit also.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, that's what people want to. That's what people want to know. And then tax deductibles. Like, what can you teach the people about tax deductibles?
That's a fun topic.
Yeah, okay.
That's a fun topic.
Yes.
So this weekend is tax deductible for us, right? And it's his birthday.
Today?
So, no, yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah.
My
Happy
son's birthday was
birthday.
yesterday. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Damn, we got a little hold up. Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
yeah,
man. Come on now. You holding out on us over
Another
here.
one.
Yeah.
But we are able to basically write off this whole weekend because we're a business and because we're doing business activities this weekend. So I went to an event yesterday. Sure, I could have went back home, but we stayed in a nice hotel, celebrated his birthday, went out to a nice dinner. That's tax deductible because yesterday I had a business event. Today we're doing a podcast, which is a business event.
Right.
Everything we're doing this weekend is tax deductible.
See, and I know that's your strong suit because when you were talking about your son going into business and being able to write a lot of that off for
Hiring your kids.
hiring. Yeah. So can you give that spiel?
Yeah, so if you have a business, you can hire your kids, each kid, doesn't matter how many kids you have, and you can pay them a salary up to $13,850, I think.
Yeah.
And that is not taxed, you don't get taxed on that income that you pay your kids. Now here's the thing, with our kids are in multiple events. Like they do boxing, ballet, etc., etc. And we pay for that out of pocket. Well, we were paying for that out of pocket.
Right.
But now they're our employees. So we're paying them, we're putting money in their account, paying them for the work, the legitimate work. They are doing legitimate work. We're paying them for the work that they're doing. But we also use those funds now to pay for those activities. So once you put that money in the bank account for your kids, the government don't care what you do with those funds. So if we're gonna pay those activities anyways, why not pay our kids to get that tax break and then use that money to pay for their activities?
So did you set up a business for the kid in order to write it off, or this is just some
They're just the employee.
of superior business, or just
The vending machine business.
the vending machine?
So we have multiple businesses. So Eastland pays a little bit to them, but at the end of the year, they're all under age 18, and as long as they're not making more than that 13,850, they don't have to worry about reporting taxes. So that's why they're not paying taxes on it, and because we're paying them, it's tax deductible for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talking about taxes. So let's see, because a lot of people get a little worried about when you say nonprofit, right? A lot of people get confused. Oh, you're not getting paid. Like, what's going on? So what's the biggest difference between an LLC and a nonprofit?
So LLC, you're making money. You're trying to make money. That money's going to you. You want to make as much money using that business so it can go back in your pocket. With the nonprofit, now that's an entity that's set up specifically to help the community. It has a purpose to help the community. So all those funds are going towards that business, towards supporting your community. So it has a cause, it has a purpose, and that's where those funds are taken and provided back to you.
It has to be used towards the business.
Yes.
But salary is included in there as well, correct? Meaning if I have a nonprofit, can I hire my kids into my nonprofit?
Right, but it would be specific to them supporting the nonprofit.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be so much of, money for them to take back and spend, but anything that's required for them to be there and support that entity, then yes.
Okay.
And with the LLC, of course, it's protection. So if your business gets sued, you're not personally getting sued. It's just your business. Let that business get sued, start another LLC. So it's giving you that protection. That's why I personally love the LLC entity format.
And you say that like it's so easy. Is it that easy? Get sued and just start another one, right?
Well, knock on wood, we have not been sued. But the money, like if your business gets sued, it's not taken. You're not going to lose your car or your house. You're going to lose the business, of course, and whatever money is in it. But make sure everything is separated.
So speaking of that, I wanna talk about some of the tax deductions that people are missing out on, like common tax deductions that people could be taking advantage of, but they're not. But we're gonna take a quick break. No cap, we be right back. Common mistakes that people make on these tax deductions.
All right, so I will say the biggest thing is when it comes to what is eligible for a tax deduction, it's anything that is part of the regular operations for your business, right? And the person who determines what is necessary for your business is the business owner.
Yeah.
Is the business owner. The IRS is not gonna tell you, hey, you guys don't actually need to have that bottle of wine for your business. You don't need to have those cups. That is completely up to the business owner. So if you deem it necessary for your business, then when it comes time to do your taxes, roll that into your expenses that you spent for your business for that year.
But accounting is a big thing. Keep your receipts, document everything, and maybe even get like QuickBooks so you can keep track of all of your expenses and put everything in a category, because you can easily miss out on something. In fact, when we were doing our taxes one year, we had all these receipts that we saved. Those receipts started to wear off, so we couldn't really tell.
I noticed that.
Yeah, so definitely like start a spreadsheet or QuickBooks or something like that, so you have that stuff documented. There's an app called Expensify. You can just immediately take pictures of the receipts and toss it. You don't have to worry about holding on to it. But a lot of businesses, they miss out on tax deductions because They don't know what is tax deductible or how the government, you know, what exactly the government is going to ask for. And like he said, you're the owner, you decide what's necessary for your business, like a bottle of champagne. Write that off. Home office, a portion of your home office is tax deductible. The fact that we go to the vending machines every other day, every trip is tax deductible. What else?
Yeah. So and when it comes to both of those, so the IRS will allow you to do a travel expense write-off, which is it's set to a certain amount. It caps at a certain amount. But if you are keeping track of your mileage in each trip that you take, now you're getting down into the eaches. So you can record it either by the general rule or the actual, which is what you used for each trip.
And a lot of people are lazy, so they're just going to do the general and get the standard deduction. No, stop doing that. Actually do the math. Get the most that you can get out of it. Even for the house deduction, he measured the room.
Yeah.
He measures all of the rooms to make
now,
sure we get the actual amount.
And because with the area of the room, now that percentage that room is of your house, any bills that you're paying, so your electric bill, water bill, that percentage goes towards the cost of you running your business. So now it's tax deductible.
Wow. So these are the tips that Superior Business Consulting is giving you all's clients.
Yes.
So what would make someone say like, hey, I need to hire Superior Business Consultants to get my business running opposed to DIY? What makes it say, hey, I want to go with these guys?
The fact that we have the experience. What experience? We've set up LLCs. We know who to contact, we know who to call, we know the proper procedures to go through to get it done. If you are finding yourself stuck at any area, I got the business, but I don't really know what I need to focus on right now to get me to that next step. That's where we can help. That's where we can make a difference because we have the experience where you may be getting stuck and don't know what you need to do next. We've lived through it. We've been through it. We have our procedures. We have them written down. We have them filed away. So we have the processes in which we can apply to your business to help you grow and get to that next step.
Our goal is to save you costly mistakes by trying to do it yourself. Because if you set up the wrong entity, it's gonna cost you to change to the right entity, right? If you're making over a certain amount of money, you don't want to set up an LLC. You need to be an S corp, right? So hiring us helps save you costly mistakes, and yeah.
And see, that's what I was going to ask you about the affordability. But like you said, you actually saving money by eliminating these mistakes by going with you all from initially. You know, so down the line, you don't say, "Hey, I'm out of $100,000 from these mistakes." So that's good to know.
Yeah, and no, consulting is not costly, but it is an investment into yourself and in your business. So if you're not willing to invest in your business and education, then you probably shouldn't be in business.
Right. The education piece is definitely the most important, and it's better to know. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? The misconception of starting the business. What do you think is the biggest misconception or mistake of starting a business?
I think that people think, okay, this is something I love to do. I don't want to start a business doing it because then it becomes work, and then I'm gonna stop loving it. Mm-hmm. If you love doing it and you're doing it anyway, attach an LLC to it. Because now you get the benefits of making money from it as well as the tax deductions. That if you also have a W-2, and this is a thing you do on the side, now you can help those deductions counter out with those what you're paying in taxes every year. So that's one of the benefits you can leverage. Get these deductions, so I'm not getting taxed as much when it comes time to do taxes. I'm gonna be honest. This was a pretty good tax year for us, and I'm looking forward to doing taxes next year because of all the things that I've learned. And all the things that I've learned, I've had to dish money out here and there to pay people to learn, and I'm looking to be able to help others not have to spend as much as I did, and learning everything. And I want to share the information.
I think that, and that's good. But I think another biggest misconception is that your family and friends are always going to support your business venture and idea.
That's a good one. I like that.
Like, especially if you're selling a product, you're going to put it on Facebook, right? And you're going to tell your family and friends to go out and purchase it. Most of the time, they're not going to go out and purchase it.
Or even share it at that. You know?
Right, and it's free to share.
Yes.
And I've learned that from personal experience. Like, you think your family and friends are down for you, and they're like, oh yeah, that's good. But they're not going to support you in the way that you really want or need them to support you in the beginning. So with marketing, don't just market to the people you know. You need to market to people on a bigger scale that actually need the product and services that you're offering. Because either your family and friends, they don't really need it right now, they can't afford it, or they may be envious, so they don't want to really support you.
Right.
And it's not their dream.
Right.
That's a lot. It's not their dream. So, and then what you were saying, because your point was, oh yeah, if it's what you love, like you said, it ain't work. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
If you, like you said, you're doing it anyway, it's not working anymore. So,
So go ahead.
And it's hard to start. It's hard in the beginning stages because usually you're working a 9 to 5, and then on the back end, when you finish your 9 to 5, you got to still work on your business. So it's like, dang, I ain't got time for my family or anything. But if you're working towards being your own boss, sometimes you gotta like make those sacrifices in the beginning to see the overall payoff in the end.
Yeah, and I do see marketing as being the sort of the make or break factor of the success of a business a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, constantly putting the effort, resources into getting the business out there. And I think that's where, isn't it a big statistic, most businesses fail in the first year or 2 years or something?
The first 18 for Black businesses, 8 out of 10 businesses, if you're Black owned, you're gonna fail. Well, the statistics show that you fail within the first 18 months. That's horrible. And most small Black businesses are not able to hire people, employees. So we it's just us, but we do wanna make a change. We do wanna like help people get to that point where you can have a successful Black business and hire people in your community and uplift other people and succeed past the statistics of 18 months.
Yeah.
Right. And why do you think that is? Is it just is it a mistake that the Black community is making, or is it just a lack of resources or access to these resources? Why are we failing at such a high rate?
It's a lack of resources. A lot of us don't know how to build business credit. So you're using your own funds to like support your business. But there are funds out there for Black and brown people. You just need to know how to get it. There are grants out there specifically for us.
See, that's
you
why
need to know how to go out and get it. And we don't always know how to go out and get it.
Right. And see, that's why this episode comes full circle right here, because from the beginning, I say we want to give people the knowledge, get them educated on it, and like you just said, if they don't know that these resources are out here, then we won't get them, even if we do have access to them. Mm-hmm. So I think it all boils down to the knowledge. So that's what we're here to do here at No Cap. Bring you great guests on here like this, so that that you're informed and educated.
I'm learning myself. Man.
Absolutely.
And that's the goal, and that is the goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So y'all were talking about failed businesses. We saw, of course, in 2020, the world shut down. There was so many businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Businesses that been around for years and years. Family, businesses came with 3 families and that have failed. When do you tell somebody like, yeah, I think it's time to close up shop? I mean, I know that's hard,
right?
But when do you know when it's time?
So I will say, when you start your business up, it's always important to remember why you're starting a business in the first place, right? Mm-hmm. Are you doing it just to make money? Are you doing it to get out of that 9 to 5, be able to spend more time with your family? Whatever your why is, I feel like if your business is now becoming, it's causing you to take more away from that why. So I can't spend time with my kids now because everything's going to my business, all my energy's going to my business, all my finances are going to my business. That's when it's time to reevaluate. If I'm doing all this for my business and I don't have time for the family, is the business now worth continuing to push forward? when I can't, it's taken away from all my other dreams.
And the biggest thing is if you're not making a profit, then it'll be time to close shop and go back and reevaluate it, or see if it's a product, see if maybe you need to enhance the product. If it's a service, do I need to add additional services? Like, if people are not coming to you, go out to the community and figure out what they want.
Yeah. So just being real with yourself. But that's the beauty of the business, the company you all have, because when I think of business consulting, I see it like, okay, I'm a business owner, I'm going to see my therapist, you know, and give me the honest truth about what I need in order to succeed. Because like you say, there's no limit to the amount of businesses you can open. So you might just have a hobby that you do a few times a week and start a business to start writing that off and say, hey, I think I want to put more energy and effort into this business. I'm going to come to you all as my consultant / business therapist. And I'm going to say, look, I want to do this. This is what I envision for this. This is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. How do I close that gap? And be honest with me, you know? Exactly. So that's I see that as a great benefit of what you all doing. I'm happy for what you all doing. But I do want to ask this, because you talked about closing down, when it's time to close up shop, back taxes. Say someone is behind with the taxes. Is it easier to just start over, dissolve that and start over? Or can you come back from that and get caught up, stuff like that?
Well, I would definitely say we'd have to look at some numbers when it comes to how far back you are and how much you end up owing versus, you know, how much your business is generating year after year. Definitely would have to look at the numbers.
Find deductions.
Right.
That way you don't owe as much. We know people from a mentor group that we're in they hadn't paid taxes in 2 to 3 years. And then they set up with this great CPA that we also work with, and they found deductions. They found things that they didn't know that they could write off that helped them out. They didn't owe as much as they originally assumed that they did. So I would say don't even try to do it yourself. Go to an expert that knows like all the tax breaks and everything like that. Right.
Because I was gonna say, like, well, where do you get educated on tax deductions? You know, on what you can write off and what you can't. You know.
So I would definitely say books, reading books. That's where you can start. Working with a good CPA, tax advisors. There are a number of resources out there. But I would start with educating yourself. I would say reading books. I got a book, the LLC Bible, that tells you the different tax advantages that you have owning your own LLC. But that one does some reading over and over, constant reading, constantly taking notes, highlighting, maybe refer back to them. And even then, I know some people, you can read something, you may understand it. Others, you may be able to read something and then you understand the idea, not exactly how to apply it to yourself. And that's when you talk to a CPA who knows some tax strategy to help walk you through, this is how you apply this to your situation, which is, again, we're a business open where we come in to be able to assist with that, leveraging that gap. Here's your tax strategy. This is how you apply it with your specific business.
And the great thing about getting a business consultant, us in particular, is we never stop learning. So when we're riding in the car, most people are listening to music. We're listening to books. Like a lot of kids out here know all the rap songs, but if you ask our son about stocks, he gonna tell you about stocks. But if you ask him about some rap songs, he doesn't really know that. So not only do we educate ourselves, but we also make it our business to educate our kids too. We want to make sure that we are setting them up for the future, right? And I just lost train of thought.
Wow, that's awesome.
But yeah, that's one of the biggest benefits to hiring a consultant, us, because we are continuously learning.
Yes.
We pay for mentorships, we pay for coaches. We are doing that so we can help other people, so we can pass on this knowledge to other people.
Yeah. We love that.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me see. Did I get through all these questions? Oh, a trust. So this is something I'm interested in myself. Trying to open up a trust or two. You know
What's the saying? There's a saying for that.
The same for that?
Yeah.
Did I know it?
Control everything. Own
Oh,
nothing.
that's right. Control everything, own nothing. Yes. So,
Your trust owns everything.
yes, you want to put everything in your trust name, and you be the beneficiary of your trust, or your kids be the beneficiary of your trust. Because everybody at this table, everybody in this room, one day we're gonna die, but that trust can live beyond our life expectancy, and that trust can continue to build wealth and distribute that wealth to our kids, our grandkids, because that's the ultimate goal, is to be able to have everything that we're building, doing now, between real estate investments, between these different LLCs, different businesses, be able to pass that on to the kids. Because when we're gone, I can't still be holding their hand. I can't support them if I'm no longer around.
And a lot of us don't even know about the benefit of the trust. Like, some of us know about wills, and a will is great, but it goes to probate court after you die. So your kids or whoever you're leaving your stuff to, they gotta shell out all this money to let the judge know, hey, I'm the beneficiary of all this stuff. And then they're in court for like 9 months or however long it takes the court to settle. Yeah, and then if you have family members that feel like they're entitled to stuff in the will, they can challenge that stuff. But if it's in your trust, it's going to who I say it's going to, and it does not have to go to probate court.
That's great. You don't hear about a lot of trust in the Black community. You don't hear about wills.
You do not, but it's so important.
So recently, a good friend of mine told me about basically if you put the assets in the trust, then your children, if you leave them as the beneficiary, they won't pay the capital gains tax, opposed to if you what is just put it in the will and just pass the asset directly down. Because
their name. So, and here's the difference. So when you pass away, if you leave your house to your child, now they got the house. So if the house is worth $500,000, they have to pay capital gains taxes on that, because that was just additional income that they had, and they may not have the money for it. So now there's a whole nother legal and tax issue that you have right there.
Right.
But when you have that asset as with the trust as the owner, the trust stays the owner, but they just benefit from the trust. So there's no exchange of the names going on there. The asset stays in the trust name, and now your kids are reaping the benefits of the trust.
Trust over will.
Yeah. You can have your will too, but have that trust as well. Yes.
Or could the will be in the trust part?
Yes.
Of it? I mean,
yes.
Just put everything.
Yeah, under that trust. Yeah.
And not just when you die, while you living too. Right?
Yeah, set it up. Set it up. Set it up while you're alive, and just continue to let the assets, under that trust continue to grow. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Where you at, Reese?
Man, I'm gonna save the one. I'm gonna save one for last. That's gonna be the topic. So.
Well, we pretty close to that one.
Well,
I do want to know, since y'all have such a plethora of knowledge, where can we find you all, get in touch, hire you? Where do we go?
So we have a website. It's www.superior-consulting.com. We are also on LinkedIn, Superior Business Consultant, and you can follow us on Instagram and send us private messages on there at conversations_with_the Rodgers.
Conversation_with_the Rodgers.
We're
going to put that on the screen.
Dang, so y'all, everybody talk about power couples, right? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, don't blew my mind with all that. Seriously, all the education that y'all brought to the table. Now I'm gonna ask this question, and keep in mind this is No Cap Radio, right?
All right.
So you're not gonna hold it back.
So how is running a business with your significant other, and then what tips would you give couples that are trying to do the same thing?
So for me, from my perspective, I'm not gonna talk for her, but so it's great, especially because me and wife have always been kind of opposites. You know how they say opposites attract. So So my
No cap, no cap.
Did y'all ride separate or y'all
We're
So I would say where I have the positive, I'm like, yeah, we can do this, big old dreams, we can do it. She'll be, hey, bring me back, hey, I know you said we can do it, but here are some things you have to think about realistically. I'll lay down the dreams, she'll bring me back with, okay, well, here are the realistic goals we need to accomplish to get there.
That's what you need.
Yes.
Stay grounded, right?
Everything, I might be 1, 3, 5, and she'll went to 2, 4, 6. So everywhere that I'm missing, we that's where we compliment. Either she'll, maybe we'll switch roles, or she'll be in the lead for something, and then I come up to support her. So it's never a, hey, I'm big boss, you gotta listen to everything I'm doing. It's because it's two of us, so we can switch back and forth with the lead, switch back and forth with who has the ideas, who's doing the research. This way we're not getting burnt out. It's always maybe a little bit of competitiveness, with there being the both of us, who can come up with a better idea and maybe generate, some better results faster. But
so we know who's taking the notes and on the books y'all listening.
Yeah, but no, it's definitely fun. I feel like it brings us closer together as well as a couple, because we find reasons to have to communicate with each other. Whether we're talking about business, whether we're talking about the kids, whether we're talking about our days. Because I know a lot of people talk about the marriages going stale, relationships going stale, and I can see that happen, right? When you both get comfortable, nothing's new happening. Yeah. It's just now every day is the same. When you guys are challenging each other for business, being partners, working with each other, every day is something new.
Yeah, I like that, challenging each other.
Yeah.
Keeps you going,
Yeah, so for me, we are always on the same page. We don't always have the same vision of how to get to the end goal, but we always have the same end goal. And that's what's great about us. Also, we go to therapy, not because there's anything wrong, but because we want to continue to build on our communication skills. And that helps us communicate with our clients and whoever we're doing business with. So that's important too, and that's what lacks in the Black community as well. Like, a lot of people don't want to go to therapy because they think, oh, something's wrong. Well, nothing's wrong with us, but we're going to continue to work on our relationship, to continue to build on communication, and to continue to learn how to best deal with our kids, because we got 3 of them.
Absolutely.
You gotta go check the temperature sometimes.
And a lot of times sometimes we're separated because we have 3. One is doing one thing, I'm doing another thing. And so sometimes we don't always have that one-on-one connection time. So one thing that we've been working on is sometimes he works from home. So we'll take a walk around the neighborhood and be like, oh, how you doing? What's going on? What's in your brain? How you feeling? Check the temperature, make sure we still good. So
I like that.
That's what's up. And it's funny you said that opposites attract, because I just recently discovered that they're not opposites, they're just 2 extremes of the same thing.
Yeah.
And I could tell I think this business is one of the gravitational forces that kind of brought you all together, because you're both brilliant business minds.
yeah.
And I think that, the yin and the yang, like you say, you the 1, 3 and the 5, she the 2, 4 and the 6, it's the same thing, just 2 different extremes. So I think that's important for people to understand. And of course we are definitely magnets, but that's another episode. Man, I think I'm trying to figure out what I left out, or what I need to ask.
Anything y'all want to add to?
So one tip: do you know that you can turn your name into a business, and you can stop using your Social Security number?
Not at all.
You can be an LLC, right?
Look at this.
And then apply for your EIN, and then take all your bills out of your name, especially the ones that ask for your Social Security number, and use that EIN. Stop using your Social Security number.
Absolutely.
I'm not a businessman, I'm a business.
That's the true definition, man. Y'all see out here this game they give us?
Real life.
We appreciate y'all.
And do that for your kids. Help your kids build credit early too. Add them as an authorized user to your credit cards. Make sure you pay your credit cards.
They're gonna have real good credit.
By the
real
time they
bad.
And see, when I was coming up, my mom, she put stuff in my name, so I had to dispute all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But because she didn't pay.
Right.
That's a problem.
And that's
the
what
thing. They're gonna have great credit.
that happens in the black community though.
Yeah.
But I had to educate myself to learn how to get this stuff off of my credit.
Free 600. Put your name on it. You don't like about this 600 credit score. Soon we gonna get the audience start calling in live, in case we miss something out. But definitely grateful for y'all coming on the show,
Thank you for having
y'all.
us.
And
Thank you for the opportunity.
it doesn't have to be the last.
No, not at all.
We can build upon this.
They got countless businesses over here, so we
Yeah,
got to bring y'all back.
yeah.
Ask some more questions.
For sure.
Like, especially about the vending machine business. Like I said, that is my passion, baby, and I want to teach
Okay.
other parents how to do that for their
We'll
kids.
do that, man.
Even if it's not a vending machine, some type of business that you start for your kids early.
All right, well, this is No Cap Radio. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Catch y'all next time. We out.